Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Mornings with Granny. I wanted to show you some mail that I received. And let's see, this is from my friend Kathy in California. Isn't that pretty? Thank you. And from my friend in Ohio. Thank you, dear. Always good to hear from you guys. All right, let's talk about food prices, food shortages, and prepping. There has been a lot on YouTube about prepping, buy your stuff now. I believe in prepping, but I don't believe in panicking. You know, growing up, we always prepped anyway because we put our food up for the winter. I mean, that was a normal thing to do. And now people go to the grocery store and get it. I know there's probably going to be higher prices because of the weather. I mean, we've had floods, we've had earthquakes, we've had droughts, we've had hurricanes, and that's affected the whole world, not just us. And you can't turn around and plant those fields again tomorrow because it's going to take a while for them to heal. So I went to 5 different grocery stores just curious to check. The local IGA said they weren't having any problems yet getting food. Food Lion's having trouble getting their name brand of canned vegetables. Bilo's having trouble getting their name brand, she said, mainly of French green beans. Walmart had the signs up that you've been seeing on YouTube on different channels. They had their signs up, the shortages. They were out of green beans and they didn't have too much corn. They had cream style corn. Aldi's, I didn't get to talk to anyone, but the shelves were full, and the only store that I saw that had went up on price was Food Lion. They had went up 10 cents. But other than that, I didn't see price increases. I went into Aldi's, for example, and got their 14.5 ounce can of tomatoes, 35 cents. Their 15 ounce can of peas is 38 cents. Their regular diced tomatoes, that's a 14.5 ounce, 35 cents. I got finish Aldi's first. This Aldi's for 14.75 ounce, it was 38 cents. And then their green beans were 14.5 ounce size, was 38 cents. And then this one came from Bilo, the pinto beans, and this is 15.5 ounces, and it was 70 cents, but that's about their normal price. So, but I didn't see any shortages at Aldi's. They had plenty stacked up there, so I don't know, what next week will look like, but right now they had plenty. What I suggest you do is make a list and decide how you're going to stock up. How long do you want to stock up? Do you want to stock up for 3 months, 6 months, a year? You need to decide that first. Then you need to make a list of what you normally eat. I would take a piece of paper or go on the computer, but I prefer paper because power goes down. You're not going to have it on the computer. Take a piece of paper, make a list, and if you say, we eat 2 cans of tuna a week, well, I'm going to prepare for 3 months. So I know I need to get 24 cans of tuna. Or I eat so many cans of green beans a week, then I need to get this because I'm preparing for 3 months. Or you can do it another way. You can say, I've only got $5 every 2 weeks to spend on what I call overflow. So I'm going to take that $5 and I'm going to buy whatever's on sale. Like I went and bought peanut butter this morning because they had Jif peanut butter for 99 cents. So I went, you bought 5, you got $5 back, which made it 99 cents each at Food Lion. So I went and bought 5 and put in my overflow cabinet. So, but you can do it either way, whichever way you want to do. The next thing I would do is I would go through my cabinets, my freezers and refrigerator, and I'd make an inventory so that you're not, if you've already got let's say 10 jars of peanut butter, and you know that's all you're going to use in 3 months, then there's no point in you going out and buying 10 more unless you're buying them for someone else. So make an inventory. And also what I do is I put my overflow or prep cabinet in a separate place. And on the inside of that cabinet, I have a piece of paper taped to the door. And it's got the items listed that are in the cabinet. Let's say green beans. And if I've got 5 cans of green beans, I've got 5 X's. And when I take out 1 can of green beans, I circle that X to let me know that I got 4 more cans left. And I leave a line below that, so if I add any to it, I can go in and put my X's. That way I can keep up with it by just a glance at the door. That's the way I do it. And most of you are saying, well, I don't have the extra money. It doesn't take that much to stock up if you're consistent about it. I'm not talking about it being in a panic and going out and spending $300 or $400 and putting it on your credit card. I'm talking about being consistent and deciding, I'm going to spend $5 each pay period, and I'm going to use it to stock up. You can pull that $5 from your entertainment budget, your clothing budget, your gas budget. Just don't go as much. Cut back on your electricity use and pull the $5. You can figure out a way, because you really need to keep some extra food in the house, because you never know. It might be, you might lose your job, someone might get sick, can't work. There could be the weather like it is now. Worst case scenario, the lights and stuff could go out, and you're depending on that food that you've got in there to eat, because the places you work, their power's out too and they can't open. I mean, there are a lot of scenarios. So you need to try to stock up. I mean, even if you go, like I said, these were 35 cents at Aldi's, and they've already got the seasoning in them. So if you just go spend $2, that's what, 6 cans? That's 6 times 30 is 180, a little over $2. I mean, that's 6 cans, and you don't have to get all tomatoes. You can get, like I said, the corn was only 38 cents, so you can get different things. But make a list and try to get together what's on that list. Watch the sales. I mean, you don't have to go out and go down the list and go, well, I've got tuna's number 1 today, so I'm going to go buy the tuna. Well, tuna might be $1 something a can today, but if you wait the next week, it might be 66 cents. Or, all right, I got green beans next, so I'm going to go buy green beans. Well, you know, you don't have to go in order of the way you wrote it. Look at the sales and then look at your list and say, oh, well, they got this on sale today, so I'm going to stock up on this today. But like I said, I don't believe in panicking. Also, you need to look at your nutrients. And the reason I say that, if you've got very little money to stock up and you're in that situation where something happens and you've got to depend on that food, you want to get the most nutrients you can out of it. Now let's look at the can of green beans, which is a lot of people's favorite. Green beans for a half cup. You got 20 calories, no fat, 2 grams of fiber, 4% vitamin A, 4% calcium. This is your daily requirement. 4% of your vitamin C, and no iron. Now let's look at the pinto beans. They cost twice as much, but you're getting 110 calories out of a half a cup. No fat. You get 5 grams of fiber instead of 2. You're getting 6 grams of protein, where the green beans had less than 1 gram of protein in it. You're getting iron, 10%. The green beans had no iron. You're getting calcium, 4%, same thing as the green beans. These have potassium in them, which is 360 milligrams, which equals 8% of your daily requirement. Now this one had 4% of vitamin C, 4% of vitamin A. So this one is going to fill you up faster because it's got more calories and more nutrients. So you need to look at that when you're stocking up and think about it. And don't buy foods that you're not going to eat. Don't go and, I don't like tuna. I'm not going to go stock my cabinet with tuna because I don't like tuna. So I'm not going to go stock it unless I'm getting it for someone else to eat. I'm not going to do that. And I'm not going to go out. I had a friend that she said, I'm going to go out and get MREs and I'm going to get the freeze-dried meals. I'm not. I don't like them. I've tried them. My ex-husband was in the reserves, and I have tried the MREs, and I have tried the newer MREs. I have tried the newer freeze-dried foods. I don't like them. I'm not going to waste my money on them. Just get your stuff, your food, put it in your prep cabinet or wherever you're going to put it at. Make sure you check the dates on it. And what my daughter does with hers is she puts she'll have on one shelf 2019. So all foods for 2019 go on that shelf. And then she'll have 2020, all foods 2020. I mean, she can pull from those shelves, but she knows the shelf in front of her, 2019, she needs to use it first. So she tries to build her meals around that. That way you don't have so much to throw away because you look in there and the can's been sitting in there for 5 years. So make sure you're rotating. My prep cabinet, my dates are from 2020 to 2023, or my overflow cabinet as I call it. So you need to think about those things. Another thing you need to think about too is buying processed food. And yes, I keep soups and stuff on hand or stuff like this on hand that you can just open and heat because, if the power's out, you want to have something you can eat quick. But if your money is limited, let's say you like pudding. If you go buy 4 pudding cups for $1, you've just got pudding. But instead of buying those pudding cups, if you get the ingredients to make pudding, which is flour, sugar, milk, and cocoa, if you're going to make chocolate, and maybe some vanilla flavoring, you've got the ingredients to make several things. Versus I got pudding, so I've got an array of things I can make over here. Yes, you spend a little bit more, but look at the things that you can make. So you need to learn how to cook. And I would print recipes out, and I would put them in a binder, recipes that I can't memorize. I would put them in a binder because if the power goes out and you're standing there looking at your cabinets going, oh my gosh, all I've got is this, this, and this. At least if you got some recipes or a recipe book, you can look at it and say, okay, well, no problem, we can make this, this, and this, okay? I mean, that's the way our grandparents did. I mean, our grandparents always prepped because they grew gardens and they canned and they dehydrated, they froze and everything, and then they sat back in the winter and enjoyed it. But anyway, my camera won't let me record too long at a time, so I'm going to stop here and then we're going to continue this because it's going to go through several videos since I can't record that long. But, start checking your grocery stores. Fix you an area in your house that you can put some overflow food, as I call it. Like I said, mine's just a little 2 doors, and I'll show you on the next time because I've already got the camera set up this way and I can't figure out how to reverse it without cutting it off. So I'll show you next time my sheet that I have in there. And it's just a small cabinet, but it holds a good bit. So that's what we're going to talk about today, and next time we'll go a little bit further on that. Now, I just covered food. There's a lot more things I would like to cover. And as I said, if you can get your hands on that book, 1 Second After by William Forstner, you need to read it. It's really good. It really makes you think. It's very, very realistic. So you need to read it. All right, guys. This is Mornings with Granny. Bye for now.